Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for Symphogear Season 3, Episode 8. So, last time we had all the girls' gears upgraded. We had Maria trying to find her strength to be able to fight and everything and be able to use the Ignite module, which it seems like she was able to. Gary is dead, so, I feel like it might be part of the plan, or, I speculated a lot last episode on what could be going on there. But we have this photosphere that they were talking about, which is like 40 million times the size of like the diagram they had there, which was already pretty big. So it's some kind of Death Star contraption we got going on here. And yeah, it's just some interesting stuff going on, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes from here. And we had beach stuff, which is always fun. So let's get started with the episode, shall we? Alright, we're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. More school. Yeah. Oh, Miku. Always so concerned. Apologies for the humming. For some reason, our friggin' furnace is going. Don't get it stopped. Oh, man. I stayed up too late last night. I shouldn't have done that. I'm pretty tired today. Even though I just took like a pretty long nap, and now I'm gonna start drinking my coffee I have here. One of those times where you're just hanging out, sitting there doing stuff, and you get so involved that you don't really realize how much the time is passing, and there's stuff I wanted to get done too. Before I knew it, it was 2 hours past when I normally go to sleep, and I still wake up at the same time, so it's like, 2 hours less. No. I'm an old man, I need my sleep. That's right, Hibiki ran into her dad. I always forget about these things. Pounded down that sandwich. Jeez. Hmm. Yeah, that's like very selfish to leave your family because you couldn't take it anymore. Oh my god, come on, dude. Wow. See, I thought maybe he was like a good dude and just couldn't handle the situation, and I can understand it a little bit, but that right there, that was, man, not even like paying for your daughter's lunch. She didn't even really eat anything. Oh my god. The photosphere. Hmm. Okay. Just try to hit all of them at once and figure out which one. What a badass. Of course she doesn't mind it. Uh-oh. Of course. But it's always so adorable when, like, I, I can't think of any English examples, but whenever, like, an anime character speaking Japanese has, like, a... Oh, yeah. Has, like, a thing with their speech where they, like, say a word way more often, kind of thing. Kirika doesn't always do it, but every now and then she adds, like, this to the end of what she's saying. Or to part of what she's saying. It was just, I don't know, it's adorable. Alright. Will she be able to fight normally? Her emotions have always led her into battle. I'm afraid if she tries to use the Ignite module while she's in this state with her father, if she won't be able to activate it. I like her, like, kung fu moves at the end of her transformation. Yeah. Oh shit. She ain't playing around. Jeez. She's venting. Friggin' Mika. Oh my god, it's gonna cause a cave-in. Come on, Hibiki. The other girls, maybe? Or Shirabe? Yeah, Shirabe. Come on, move! So she can get out of there. Hmm. Oh, shit. Jeez. Just leaving again. What was the point? I know last time they stole a chip, at least. But what was she here for this time? Must have been something. Hmm. Some kind of console there. Yeah, bringing that pain back. Yep. Those not the responses a father should have made. Even just his demeanor. Oh, girls. Okay. So they do still need the linker, we just didn't see them use it before, I suppose, seemingly? You mean Maria's, like, ear things aren't real? It's just a hairstyle? Just kidding. One of you guys sent me a picture a long time ago, shortly after we first met Maria, of like her skull actually having like the little ear bumps, and then seeing her hair when it was actually like wet and stuff and not formed like that was funny. Alright, is she gonna fight them again? It seems like she wants to, and then they're not gonna be able to do their Ignite module because they're in a bad state of mind, and... Oh, well, yep. They're either gonna have to work through their troubles in this fight, or later on they're gonna have to work through it so that way they can do the Ignite. I hate her creepy face. Why rip the band-aids off? Just like a hindrance to singing with them on your cheek, maybe? I just realized those things that come out of her head, like, go down her ponytails. That's cool. Mika's power is weird, just using crystals to fight. It's strange. Oh, this thing again! That's what she's calling her little sister. I was wondering what she referred to as little sister. I wasn't sure if she meant Carol or one of the other auto scorers. No, she's talking about that giant thing we saw early on. I have no idea what that thing is. Oh. Fun little laughing audio clip in there. Oh, and she does it again, the same thing that pissed her off last time. Hmm. I forgot when Nostalgia just fucking slapped the shit out of them both. Alright. So maybe I was wrong. We'll find out right now. That's a prime example of what I'm talking about, where she does that disc thing every now and then. Where, like, Shirabe just says, like, Ignite module, what was it, like, engage or whatever she said. And then Kirika says the same thing, but it goes dis at the end. It's just adorable. I know it means something too. Like it reminds me of like the thing that Naruto does, where he always adds like at the end of what he says. Alright. They did it. Come on, girls. Her change is crazy. Mika's as well as all of theirs. I don't know why Kirika's, like, outfit bothers me, because it feels a little more revealing, but then also, like, right down by her crotch, it's, like, striped, and it just reminds me of, like, it's like her panties showing the whole time or something. Alright, well. Is that the end of Mika? Yeah. Realizing that what they're doing isn't exactly just black and white, and calling Hibiki a hypocrite back then was just her being naive to how tough these situations can be and everything. Yeah, we have these ribbons. I talked about this in the discussion last episode. Oh, well. Is that Carol? Alright. I didn't think she was dead. I wasn't 100% sure, but... Ooh. Well, yep. So that definitely hints at a lot of the things that I'd been suspecting, right? The reason why they keep going and attacking and leaving and everything, they're trying to get them stronger, more powerful songs, and they're trying to use those songs to fuel this apocalypse of all creation kind of thing that they're going for. That was my theory earlier on, because it just felt so weird to me that they kept leaving and coming back, and now and also, I don't want to dismiss the fact that we just saw Carol looking through the eyes of Elf9, so it's like, once again, I had a theory of whether Elf9 was truly on our side or commanded to go there by Carol, and I wonder if it's to just spy on them, right? Like, maybe Elf9 truly is innocent in what she's doing, but I mean, she was sent there to set up the Ignite module, which made them more powerful, which made their songs more powerful, which is giving them their phonic gain that they need to fuel this thing. You know, obviously this is all still theories, hasn't been fully revealed, but off that hint right there, I feel like that's the case. But I think Elf9 genuinely thinks what it's doing is right, is my point. But that is it, guys, for episode 8. But yeah, I think that Elf9 believes what it's doing is right. It's just, it was tricked by Carol with given this, you know, these memories and everything, and just enough to make Elf9 betray and go to them kind of thing. But I don't think I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know if we're gonna get a twist where Elf 9's all of a sudden like, all according to plan, unless somehow Carol like remote controls her to do that. But I think it could just be like, it's like sending a spy cam into their building kind of thing, but Elf 9 is the spy cam, so but yeah, Carol is back. The time that she burnt up in that episode where they fought her, I was like, okay, well, either we're gonna have some interesting stuff with her being gone, or she's not actually dead. And it was the fact that she's not actually dead. That's why I wasn't super surprised when she's back. So I wonder if that's like, she came out of that chamber, didn't seem like she had any clothes on and stuff, so it's like, did that chamber heal her, or did it like clone her? Is that potentially how she's lived for as long as she has? Does she just keep like transferring her memories into a new like cloned body kind of thing? Or is it her original body that survived since however long she was back with her father kind of thing? I'm not sure. But certainly a lot of interesting stuff. We had Maki die. The fighting was cool. I think the fighting was more about Shirabe and Kirika getting over the things that they kind of were worried about. Shirabe being worried about being a burden, and then Kirika not liking that Shirabe is always jumping into danger. And it was kind of like each of their own little quirks that led to these kind of situations and their, grievances with them. So it was nice seeing them be able to talk about what is bothering them and seemingly overcome it. Which, I mean, I would say I'm pretty confident that they overcame it because they were able to activate the Ignite module. If they weren't in a good headspace, they wouldn't have been able to do that. So very cool in that regard. But the fighting as a whole, it was alright. I mean, some of the I think a lot of like the fights are starting to, I like the show for the story. Early on, some of the fights and some of the moves were cool, and every now and then there's still like some moves that are like, oh yeah, that's neat. But a lot of it is just starting to feel like, okay, like jump in the air and shoot some stuff out, or just like swing your weapon at them kind of thing, and either it works or it doesn't. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it was cool seeing like Mika go crazy with her new form, with her hair down and everything was nuts and all that. And seeing their Ignite modules was neat and everything. I think I'm just getting a little bit more numb to the combat aspect, but the good thing is I really like the story side of things, which I think is the main focus. I think it's been like that since the start of the show. They've never focused on like insanely animated, choreographed like fights and everything that just like blow people away. It's more about the characters, the stories, or dilemmas, and how they overcome and work together. And they're still young and everything, so. But we found out what Farah, I think is her name, stole in that previous episode. It was the diagram that showed like the different ley lines that go around the Earth and everything. So I wonder if their plan is to like detonate all those ley lines that surround the Earth. I don't know. Just a theory, but yeah, somehow they have a plan to destroy the Earth and all that. So we'll be learning it soon enough here, because we have 5 episodes left in the season, so things will probably be kicking off in a few episodes or so, I imagine. But we're also learning little bits of information as we go too, which is nice. The whole situation with Hibiki's dad that we had in the beginning, that was definitely a shitty situation. The father definitely handled that wrong. That was all on his side. Like, you could even tell just by the way the table was set up, like, the way that he was sitting, it's almost like he didn't really regret at all or it didn't even, like, eat away at him, right? Like, it seemed like he was sitting there very casually, he was eating no problem, but then on Hibiki's side of things, she's so, like, weird about the situation. She's not eating anything. I think she had, like, a glass of water or some kind of drink in front of her, and that's, like, it. right? And he's sitting there like casually chowing down sandwiches, even after Hibiki ran off crying and upset, and he had to pawn the bill off to her. He still sat there and was eating sandwiches. Like, that alone to me is a sign that that guy did not give a shit, right? Um, but yeah, things got tough in their family. I tried, when we first learned about it, I tried giving him the benefit of the doubt and being like, okay, it is a tough situation. You know, maybe I can get behind him having these issues and in leaving and everything, depending on how he handles it, like in the future, kind of thing. But I tried to look at it from his side of the story. Now I don't give a shit. Like, he left at, like Hibiki said, the most difficult time of their lives, and he thought about how he couldn't handle it and just up and left them, right? Like, once again, just him thinking about himself. The fact that he pawned the bill off on Hibiki, like, obviously, when I saw him working at that convenience store, I was like, man, that probably doesn't make him a lot of money, kind of thing. So I'm not surprised when he had to ask Hibiki to try to pick up the tab and everything, but can you imagine having a daughter that, I don't know, whatever Hibiki is, like 16 or whatever she is, and asking her to pay your bill for you? Like, I know it works a little bit different in Japan, at least from my experience from anime. It feels like younger kids always have money kind of things, but I feel like, at least me growing up, I had to like go to ask my parents to get some money, and then I go to the store to spend it, kind of thing. I never just have like money on me as a kid, right? So like, I can't imagine when I was her age to have one of my parents be like, "Oh, can you pick up the tab?" I'd be like, "I ain't got no fucking money, you know. I'm 15 years old." But yeah, I guess I might have had some when I was around 16. So maybe I did, because 16 I had my license. Sometimes it's really hard for me to remember what I did at certain ages, right? Like, I think at 16 I had my license, and I was driving. So I think I did have some money on me in case of an emergency. But I never had any kind of jobs or anything when I was in high school, so it was always just money I had from like birthdays or something, or money my parents would have given me. So maybe I did have some money, but either way, like, it doesn't matter whether I have the money or not either. A father should never be asking their daughter to pay, right? At least not at that age. So yeah, it was rough. And I don't blame Hibiki for running out. I don't blame her for venting her anger on the Alkanoids. I mean, it did put Kirika and Shirabe in danger, so it definitely wasn't great, but I can definitely understand being in that mindset where you're just so angry that you just need to distract yourself, and so she just threw herself into that fight head first and didn't want to give herself a second to try and like stop and have a passing thought about her dad. She just wanted to be next enemy, next enemy, next enemy, without paying attention to anything else and anyone else and stuff like that. So yeah, crazy stuff. But I look forward to learning more about Carol's plan, especially now that she's back. I did feel like there was like an emptiness in the last episode of like not having Carol. I can't remember if it's been 1 or 2 episodes that we haven't had Carol, but it's been a little bit since we haven't had Carol, and it felt like there was a little bit of emptiness of like not really knowing what's going on and stuff like that. So I'm glad she's back, and moving forward with her being around again is going to be interesting. So yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more from me. This was a Patreon show, which means you can watch the rest of it on there right now. And then you can also start seeing whatever I replace this with. So check that out. Link is in the description below, or it should be popping up on the screen. And I'll see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.